If your glutes aren't growing no matter what you do, you might be making the same mistakes that I was. For the longest time, I was training my glutes consistently and I was just not seeing any results, and it got quite frustrating for me. It turned out that I was actually quad dominant and my quads were taking over many of my workouts on top of the other mistakes that I was making. Once I fixed those things and I learned my body, I finally started to see the results that I was looking for. So in this video, I'll be sharing the top things that made the biggest difference for me. The first mistake is being quad dominant. This was a really big one for me because I was working out consistently in the gym, and during my lower body workouts, my glutes were just not really engaged. They were not activated and my quads were just growing out of control, and I didn't realize it until I started taking progress pictures. This was the number one mistake that I was making. I was just training and I didn't know that I was quad dominant. So what I did to fix this was really slowing down my reps and engaging my glutes. So and pushing through my heels and making sure that I slowed down every movement that I was doing, ensure that my quads weren't doing all of the work. So I slowed down, made sure that I was squeezing my glutes and I was activating my glutes at the beginning of my workouts. I started to activate my glutes before my workouts as well. That made a big difference. I used bands or the abduction machine, and that really made a big difference for me. The second mistake is similar to the first one, but it's really just not feeling your glutes at all during your workouts and just kind of rushing through and not taking the time to say, is this actually the muscle that I'm recruiting? Am I actually thinking about the muscle that I want to grow while I'm mid-set? So mind to muscle connection is something that made a big difference for me, because you can actually think about the muscle that you are working out. You can think about your glutes squeezing and you can think about that muscle contracting, and it really does help you kind of focus and hone in on that muscle. Mind to muscle connection made such a big difference for me because it allowed me to slow down my reps, and it allowed me to concentrate on thinking about my glutes squeezing and engaged in that workout, and it came together so nicely. So mistake number 3 is not eating enough and not eating properly, not eating enough protein, fiber, and just a more whole foods focused diet. I was just not focused on eating the proper amount of food and amount of protein. So you need protein to build muscle, and the glutes are a very big muscle group, so you need to be eating enough. So once I fixed that, I started just planning out my meals, eating enough protein, and so I could lift heavy in the gym to actually build the muscle that I wanted to see. That really made a big difference in my progress. Another mistake was not choosing exercises that actually target the glutes. I was choosing workouts that were just very popular, and those can be very quad dominant very fast if you're not careful and you're not slowing down your reps. So my mistake was just choosing popular workouts that I saw on YouTube and kind of not really thinking if they were targeting my glutes or not. And the fix to this was choosing thrusting movements, hinging movements. Now I focus on hip thrust, glute bridges, kickbacks, RDLs. Those are really the bread and butter of my glute days, and it has made such a difference. These things really made the biggest difference for me in growing my glutes, and I hope these tips help you as well. I hope you incorporate them, and I hope that they do make a difference for you. I also have another video up on my page about how I was able to grow my glutes even while being quad dominant and training for years without seeing results. So you can check that out. I'll leave the link down below. Thank you for watching.